Aye.
Joe, I think we are all here.
Okay, Jason, I was just gonna check to see if everyone is back. I'll just do a quick, unofficial roll call. Jason, I do hear you. Kevin, are you there?
Yes.
Rebecca?
Yeah, I'm here.
Agnieszka?
Yes.
Stephanie?
Yes.
Yoon?
Yes.
Excellent, thank you. Everyone seems to be back. Mr. Matisich has not moved if anyone is interested. Oh,
So we
Dr. Matarazzo, Dr. Matarazzo, are you there?
Do we need a motion to continue the meeting?
Jason, Dr. Matarazzo is not back yet.
Okay.
He's here.
He is
I
here?
see him back. Yes.
See his face.
Tom, are you muted?
Here.
Excellent, everyone is back. We do need a motion to open. I make a motion to open.
Second,
Okay, Dr. Mazzaraggio, would you continue, please, then?
I'd like to move then, as long as we have justification of all of them, on all of those motions.
I'll second it.
I second.
Okay, any other discussion on this matter? Okay, none. So roll call, please.
Jason Cook,
Yes.
Yes.
Agnieszka Garcia,
Yes.
Stephanie Zhang,
Yes.
Rebecca Lee,
Yes.
Kevin Lim,
Yes.
Tom Matarazzo.
Yes.
Do you have to abstain on one, Tom, or?
He should.
I have to abstain, yes, on the academic decathlon.
Okay. Yoon Min,
Yes.
Okay, we can move on,
Okay.
to old, closed session, we can do old business if you have any.
Yes, now we have a number 11, all the business, monthly meeting schedules.
that's an error.
Either way, whatever you
I don't
decide.
know. The choice would be.
It should be old business
Okay.
because it was a matter that
All
was
right.
discussed at the last
So,
meeting.
okay.
Old business,
Okay, somebody like to make a motion on this?
I will make a motion.
I'll second it.
So Min made a motion and Stephanie seconded. Any discussion? No discussion? Then,
I'm sorry, is this in reference to the time? I think just to be clear that it's my understanding that if it is necessary, this will be revisited as the need arises.
we can always revisit it, I guess.
arises to revisit the time.
If there is enough motion, yes, we can.
Understood.
Yeah, we do have to advertise our legal notice annually, so at this point, are we going to adopt this policy? We have a motion and a second. In the event we ever have to change a meeting, there's also a legal requirement that Ms. Montemuro advertises as such.
Yes,
But we-
when we need to do it, yes, we will do it, yeah.
Okay, so we can take it case by case.
Okay.
Could I ask on this resolution, should it be 5:30 or 5 o'clock?
5:30.
5:30.
5:30.
Which day?
I think it was recommended at 5:30 to accommodate all members.
Great.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, roll call please then.
Jason Kim,
Yes.
John Madison.
Yes.
Agnieszka Garcia,
Yes.
Stephanie Zhang,
Yes.
Rebecca Lee,
Yes.
Kevin Lim,
Yes.
Thomas Matarazzo,
Yes.
Yoon Min,
Yes.
Timothy Yang.
Yes.
Okay, then next one is a new business, right?
Yes, Mr. Kim, if I may, I asked earlier in my report that I have a motion and a second for the district submission of our student safety data submission, please.
I move on that.
Anybody second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
So we're going to have.
Okay, then roll call, please.
Jason,
Yes.
John Madison.
Yes.
And yes, for Garcia.
Yes.
Stephanie Jennings.
Yes.
Ray.
Yes.
Kevin Lim.
Yes.
Thomas Matarazzo.
Yes.
Moon Min.
Yes.
Thanks.
And finally, Mr. President, I think for the record, we should probably have a motion to approve the committee chair people and co-chairs. I guess we should move on that as well.
Do we need to move on today or do we need to move on anytime?
Mr. Choi, should that be done tonight?
Doesn't have to be done tonight, but it's on the agenda. If you want to reserve it for the next.
I wouldn't let each one got these, my recommendation is let them go over it and see if that's what they want, yes or no. And then this way, by next meeting, they should decide, and then let us know, exactly what committees they want to be in.
So it would be a motion to table.
I make a motion to table it, this way everybody gets a chance to look at it and verify what they want to be, what committee.
Yeah, not only that, I
Second that.
don't think this is the something that we need to make a motion and approve it. Because this is the announcement of a committee chairperson. And then if anybody like to move from one location to another location, all you have to do is contact me and we discuss, It's not something that you make a motion and approve it.
Fine.
Okay.
You do that?
Every good, huh?
All right, we'll do it that way then, all right.
And it could be changed at any time with announcements, so.
Okay, then we don't need anything, then.
That's right,
So there's no motion.
no
No
motion.
motion.
Now, next one is audience participation, limited to the 3 minutes per the participant by the policy number 9322. Any audience like to speak out for 3 minutes?
Yeah, I'd actually like to speak. My
Okay,
name is,
please recite your name and address for me, for the
um,
records.
I actually live out of town, but I will say my name is Lee Musler, and I teach at the high school, and I'm also involved with negotiations. So I know there was no negotiations update, but I think I can give you one. I was really happy. I had this afternoon, I got a message from the superintendent that he had spoken with Jason Kim and we can arrange for some negotiations meetings, which is great. And I'm going to come back to that kind of at the end of when I am done with my talk. But I'll give you a brief overview of what has happened. I'm just going to go back a couple of months. There was a fact-finding meeting that must have been in October. It was useless. I think both sides kind of saw it like that. It was suggested, look, we got to go back to the table and try and settle this. So I spoke to the superintendent in November. We said, let's try and have us meet in a small group. So he spoke to some of the board members. In order for us to do that, myself and another member of our team, we actually had to go to one of your board meetings an hour early just to ask to have a meeting. So we set up that meeting. We had a few meetings since then. The talks were not bad, but it was all talk. There's nothing in writing. There are no proposals exchanged. It's just talk. Over the past few weeks, so we haven't met in over a month. So the past few weeks, I sent some emails to Ms. Jang. It was explained to me she can't make any decisions right now because of the changing of the board. I sent an email to Jason Kim. I haven't heard back. So that's why I was really happy when the superintendent gave me a call today. But I always hear this talk about how much you respect teachers and you're working real hard, but we're always proactive. 2 months ago, I went to a meeting to ask for a meeting. Now, I'm here again to ask for a meeting, and I don't know, there's maybe 50 other staff members here, right? It's that's from 2.5 years ago, I was asking for meetings. like, I'm actually laughing about this. Like, I'm sitting here and I felt like I was in a movie where like some guy is really dumb and he just keeps doing the same thing over and over. And like, I was like dying of laughter. So in order for all of us to start to be proactive, I wanted to ask Jason Kidd and Ms. Jang, I'll hang out after the meeting and we'll set some dates. Or we can talk right now and set some dates. All right? Because like members are not happy. They feel very disrespected by the board. Okay? They feel that we just go in circles. All right? And it's not enough to be one of the lowest paid staffs in the county, maybe even the lowest, and then to just have to like come to meetings to ask for meetings, right? And it's like, it's seriously very funny. Okay, I'm at the point where it's literally something that I can laugh about. So, Steph and Jason, I will hang out, or then we can set some meetings. I don't care if you have to lock us in a room next week.
Mr. Musler, I'm only interrupting, you can excuse me, is because we have gotten to that 3-minute point. And for the record, I promise you, like I did on my phone call today, I will get dates that work for, because it's not just Jason and Stephanie. As we saw tonight, we have other committee members that may be joining negotiations. I'm catching them up to speed if they weren't a part. I don't want to waste anyone's time. I think, like you said, I agree. We had productive conversations. And then the holidays came. Quarantining had to happen for multiple people for multiple reasons. I told you we will get back to the table next week. And I got confirmation from more than one board member that we will be at the table. Once I can get you a date and time, I will put that in writing for you. But again, understand as a neutral, my role is literally to try to get you guys to that table. And at that point, we have to both make concessions. The board does, and as does the teachers. And I think we've gone long enough without coming to an agreement. Let's really get this done sooner rather than later. So if they are not, again, privy to their calendars as we speak, I will give you dates tomorrow. And I will go on record right now and say I'll get you dates tomorrow.
Yeah, and please, like, in terms of, I mean, you're very proactive, but I want from the board, like, if the board can give 4, 5, 6 dates, just so we have options. Because at this point, I'm banging my head against the wall. I have actually considered this.
I'd like to mention one thing. Since last year, February, when you first became in charge for PPEA negotiation, Mr. Musler,
It's actually been like 5 years.
Oh, I see. But we began talking. 2019 February, I remember, and I think we've been, as a board, tried our best to accommodate all your requirements and your requests. You went through the fact finding, and we sat down for 6 hours meeting right after the fact finding, and actually all of these things have to go into the circle, right?
Ms. Jang?
Yes.
Ms. Jang, if
Yeah.
I may interrupt on this,
Yes.
much of this conversation is inappropriate at this forum, as to the substance of and the track and the history of the negotiations, because it's supposed to be confidential. We've heard Mr. Musler's comments to the board. We will take it under advisement. Dr. Carrillo has indicated that he will be facilitating the meeting of the board and the teachers union, and we'll allow that to occur. But to go further with the discussion of the history, I think is inappropriate in this forum. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you.
But I would like to just say, I will do my best to
Okay,
cooperate.
thank you. Any other audience participation? Notice that it's 3 minutes, okay? If it's not, then no further audience participation. I'd like to propose the adjournment.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Meeting has been adjourned. Thank you very much,
Good night.
everybody.
Thank you.
Have a good night and
Thank
be
you.
safe.
Thank you.